actually got that guy to play the Star Spangled Banner. I'll show you that later. Wow, n'est-ce pas une chose merveilleuse à regarder? Les centrales de Montreal. Rendez-te que j'ai mangé vous. That's French. You didn't know I knew French, did you? But I do. JK, I don't know French. We're in Montreal, the snobs of Canada. Ooh, ooh, wee, wee, wee. Quebec is the French province up here in Canada, and you sure know it. Remember, France ran Canada for like 200 years, and then about 30 years ago, Quebec said, we don't want to be a part of Canada anymore, and they almost broke away. That's how much they do not like the rest of Canada here. The vote lost by 0.1%, if you can believe it or not. So Canada is stuck with them. But I don't know, looking around Montreal, I think Montreal is stuck with the rest of Canada. Because this place is déroché. That means off the hook in French, I think. This is Old Town Montreal. It's old. Montreal is one of the oldest cities in North America, and this is the oldest part of that. Imagine you take one long street in Paris and wash it off. That's old Montreal. It is tourist central. Feels like you step back in time. Kinda. But we can come back to this later. There's a lot more to see in Montreal than just this. It's actually overwhelming. This dispatch comes to you from the cultural capital of Canada. Montreal is considered the gem of Quebec. They reply like, what's Quebec, Nick? Well, Quebec's this massive province in eastern Canada, and I mean massive. It's the second largest territory in North America. Only Alaska's bigger. Well, we're not going to hardly see any of it, except for Montreal, the biggest city here. There's 1.8 million people here. It's Canada's second biggest city. It's about the same size as Phoenix. Montreal's way different than other Canadian cities in many ways, but the French part's the biggest one. French is the official language of Quebec. Most people here can speak English, but they prefer French. And French dominates everything here. The government, education, buildings, and all of this creates a strong local identity. They call English-speaking people here Anglophones. Well, that sounds mean. Way back in the early 1600s, France came here, and they made this colony. New France! This is ours! For a long time, the region spoke French, and Catholic churches sprung up everywhere. Then the British came in, and they kicked France's ass, and they took over at Quebec in 1763. But the British were totally nice, and they let the French Canadians keep their language and their churches. That's why everything here is still so Frenchy. And boy, do they keep the French going strong here. If you moved here, you'd have to learn French. They prioritize French in everything. The businesses, the schools, all the signs. I mean, look. French. 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 Everything's in French. And if you don't know how to read it, you're just gonna have to figure it out.
On va tomber, ça c'est mon jeu personnel.
Les gros classiques de suite avec le Powerplay Énergie.
French. I can't read that. Oh, merci. If you look at a map, Montreal is actually an island. The whole city, surrounded by rivers. The name of the city comes from the name of that mountain right there, That's Mount Royal. Montreal is Mount Royal in French. There's a lot of tech jobs and opportunities here. Montreal used to be the business capital of Canada, but they ruined it. Quebec does not like the rest of Canada. They even have their own little political parties here. People here talked about separating from Canada so many times that a bunch of financial institutions moved away. A bunch of them went to Toronto. It turns out you can't insist on speaking French and threaten to leave Canada and expect all the corporations to stick around. And now the part you guys like, the politics and the dirt. Whenever a video has conflict in it, that's what gets your attention. Well, here you go. Montreal is a wonderful place to live. Nobody argues with that. It's always been very well run and very liberal. But word on the street is it's less wonderful today. All the decisions they've made have kind of caught up to them. There's more crime, more homelessness, more drugs, more debt. So I have a friend, Morgan. She lives in Montreal. She wrote me an email before we left and gave me all the deets.
Hey, Nick. Now with regards to the street people, bums, winos in Montreal, they are pretty much scattered all around downtown and adjacent neighborhoods. I used to live downtown and got harassed for money all of the time. I left because of it. The heavy injected drug users are also scattered around. These druggies still cause a lot of problems and crimes. Before Trudeau promoted heavy drug use without consequences, these troubled people were far less in numbers. These are some of the people that are homeless because of Trudeau's disastrous policies. They aren't necessarily alcoholics or druggies. These are likely to be people who just can't afford apartments anymore and got evicted from them. Even some liberal voters here aren't all that left-wing. Some are even center-right in their views. But for some strange reason, they continue to vote for a party that has gone off the deep end. Media propaganda plays a big part in that, unfortunately. Morgan.
I heard there's gangs in Montreal now. Les Thugs. There's an Italian-Canadian mafia. OMG, what? There's Hells Angels, Haitian drug street gangs. What? But it's not that bad compared to where you live. They had 32 murders in Montreal last year. In Phoenix, there were 193. Ugh. They think there's 10,000 homeless people in Quebec. The shelters are full and the tents are popping up more. We saw that in a few areas, but it's not really a thing. It's going to take more tax money to fix this. And the people here already complain about the high taxes. Anyways, people here are fed up about the surge in drugs and homelessness and crime, but they voted to make this happen. Sound familiar? I don't think anybody's home. Someone's got a nice little chair set up and some stuff. I don't see a lot of tents. I actually saw on the news, someone just yelled, that they're forcing people into rehab. It was on their broadcast, on their propaganda network, that they're actually grabbing people off the streets, forcing them into detox and assisted care or whatever, and trying that method. I've been saying that that's needed forever now, where you just triage, just grab these people off the streets, force them in to get help, see if that works, because when you ask them nicely, that never works. They don't want to listen. They don't want to follow rules. They think they got it all figured out. So maybe that'll be interesting to see if Canada can figure it out, if they can just make these people, sober them up, and then try to talk sense into them. It's nothing like back home where zombies wander the streets and there's tent cities everywhere. I didn't see any poop or pee on the sidewalks. Now, all of this was way less common before their ex-president Justin Trudeau endorsed all of this. He said heavy drug use won't get you in trouble. In some parts of Canada, they even allow it. Okay, I found a bunch more. But still, there's 3 or 4 or 5, 6. Oh my god. Ew, tent city stuff. Oh wow. I guess I spoke too soon. They got a full-blown village going on in here. Man. Oh man, they got their whole area just roped off. This is ours, damn it. Okay, so this is the corner here that everybody said is the shady, super bad corner. Metropolis area, St. Catherine Street, druggies, weirdos, junkies, homeless. It's scary, and it shows you exactly what's wrong with Montreal and their liberal policies. That's what I was told. I'm standing here. It's really kind of nothing, but it is early in the morning. It's about 9:15. So I'll probably have to come back here tonight because this is not what you guys want to see. Sorry to disappoint you. I mean, I can say for Montreal standards, this is the worst street I've seen. But what, 3 or 4? Nothing too crazy. This guy's going through the trash. Hey, what's going on? Alright, well, we do have a few here. This is what Montreal says is the bad hood. Can you go slower? I'm hanging out the car because I can't see. All this stuff is about $600K for one of those units, because that's what Canada costs. And a lot of these people, you know, it used to be comfortable up here, and prices have gone up so much that a lot of these people are now paycheck to paycheck up in Canada. They say 10% of people in Montreal are live in poverty. Not that any of these people do, but this is apparently what everybody says is the poorest part of Montreal. And it's not that bad at all. What's a real, true Montreal ghetto look like? Well, this is the side of town that everybody agreed is the most troubled part of Montreal. Well, you're going to be disappointed because it's not really that bad at all. It's a neighborhood that I can't really even pronounce. Hochelaga Maisonneuve, something like that. Poverty rate in Montreal, it's about the same as where you live. About 10% of Montrealians are pretty poor and need assistance from the government. Folks up here make about the same amount a year that you do, about $57K a year on average. I hear there's not nearly as much room for economic advancement here as there is down in the States. High taxes and communism, damn it. But I'd say this is probably the nicest bad side of town I have maybe ever seen. I don't know, Idaho had some pretty nice bad sides of town, in Nebraska. But this is just really cool. The internet seems to think that this is bad, and the internet doesn't know what it's talking about. You soft Canadians. Come down to Pittsburgh and see what bad really is. Yeah, go down to Niagara Falls, New York. I don't agree with a lot of the politics in Canada and the brainwashing, but I do have to say their country is very clean. I've said that probably 5 times in every video. Oh look, it's the barber shop. The Montreal Ghetto Barber Shop. A Montreal Clippers. We'll do it tight and right. Here's what their little corner market looks like. I've not gone in a corner market yet in Canada. I don't think at all. I'm gonna go in there if they're open. I don't know if they are. Marché Solier. Do you know if they're open?
Me?
Do you know if they're open?
Sure. Just what?
Oh, all right. But you got there, all your cans and stuff? All right. This dude's hustling. Let's go inside. Whatever that says, they're pretty fired up about it. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Look at, they got everything you need. $5.79 for some chips. $20 for a case of French IPA. $5.99 for the mini wheats. I feel like we're on the Price is Right here. Okay, we're outside. Still waiting for Poutineville to open up here in the Montreal hood. I thought there'd be like a huge line. It opens at 11:30. I thought there'd be people waiting to get in and it would be this big deal up here. Poutineville, right? Well, it's not that at all. But that's fine. We're gonna get some to go. We're waiting for it to be made. Well, hey, Nick Johnson fans. So YouTube's pushing this whole membership thing now, and I think it's great. So I set one up for this channel. If you want to be a member on this channel, you can only do it on your computer right now. They make it hard for some reason. So go and hit join right there, and you can support the channel and join various membership tiers. I'm excited about it because I'm going to post all sort of behind the scenes content, extra interviews, fun mappy stuff, bonus songs, and more. Just some extra stuff that doesn't make it onto the main channel. So think about becoming a member. Huh, everyone?
You should join. I did.
Okay, so now you're probably wondering, how do these strange French-Canadian people live? Well, pretty darn good, I'll tell you. We're just in a regular middle-class neighborhood here. It's a place called Coteau des Niagara. It's about 10 minutes of downtown. It's a very nice neighborhood. This is very clean, very quiet. It's wonderful. But it'll cost you, though. All of this stuff's about $650,000, which is a steal for Canada. We've been talking about how expensive it is up here. And this is actually cheaper than a lot of the other big cities here. But it's going up. Even a place to rent's $2,300. Blame the boomers up here, all the Montreal boomers. They voted the people in place that are making the home prices go up, and now they're house rich, but the poor French millennials can't afford it anymore. Good pan, Kim. Good job. Good speed, good speed. This is like middle class land. This is nice.
You have arrived.
This is middle class Montreal. We're maybe 10, 15 minutes from downtown. It's all very nice, very clean. Has a distinct European flair. Just kidding, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so go up to the next and then we're gonna pull over somewhere, like on the side of the street, you know what I mean? I read that Montreal has like a huge percentage of people that live together that aren't married. It's cool and trendy to cohabitate like that. Somebody also told me Toronto people are very cold, but Montreal people are way more open and friendly. Well, I don't know if I noticed that. But I noticed the diversity though. 1 in 3 people here is an immigrant. For $650K, you get a little teeny yard and a little teeny house. Okay. How long have you lived in Montreal?
For close to 40 years. No, more than 40 years. 42 years.
Okay. Tell me about Montreal. Why do you like it here?
The people are very nice. It's a nice city. I think this is the only city in North America. It's got a European flavor to it. Okay. I don't think you'll find another city like that. So it's been great here. The food is very good. Nice restaurants. And another thing that in summer, okay, we have a lot of festivals around here, okay, which is really a plus.
Okay, I always ask people, what's the bad side of living in Montreal?
See, I'm an Anglophone. Okay, I'm an Allophone actually. So, language. If you don't speak French, it gets to be a bit uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
I would say that.
Okay.
Let's be polite.
Okay, now we are in the super duper fancy part of Montreal called Westmount. This is where all the Montreal elite snobby French people live. Very beautiful neighborhood. And Kamala Harris. This is Kamala Harris's old hood. Kamala spent some formative years here. You can tell that she's not sheltered in any way. She can totally identify with the average person based on that she grew up in this neighborhood. This is probably the neighborhood where she came and hung out and formed all her political views. So there you go. That's how the fancy people in Montreal live. Okay, so this is the super fancy shopping area where all the rich Montreal people go to get their expensive stuff.
I do have a person waiting for me up
Oh,
here.
just one second. What's your name?
My name is Marilyn Gillis.
Tell me what's great about Montreal.
Absolutely everything. I like the fact that there is bilingualism. I like the streets. I like the old houses. I like everything about it. I could not give you anything but the bike paths. Look at this. I'm riding a bike. It's just wonderful. It's perfect.
Now, we're from the United States. You guys not like us up here?
No, we don't like Trump saying we're the 51st state and being nasty. But obviously, we don't dislike you. You're welcome to come. Just don't talk like that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Marilyn, right?
Yeah, bye-bye.
Oh, look at that. Just a lovely woman in downtown Montreal. I caught her on her way to... She's got her pedal pushers on. What a life. Feels like we're in Europe, I guess. I've only been to London. Vago Italian. El Apriori. Galerie Blanche. What else do we got here? It's all very, very fancy French stuff. This is where the wealthy French people... Oh, Galerie. That's an art gallery. I can read that. Okay. All right. This is how the hip French women up here in Montreal dress, I guess. Not sure what's going on with all this. And of course, the Starbucks is in French. You cannot go right on a red here, which is very frustrating. You just sit here, and you can't go. It's against the law. Bonjour, taxi. Montreal traffic sucks. Okay, just keep right here, keep that speed. Downtown Montreal. It's very clean. I haven't seen a single bum yet, but we're not to the bum part. I haven't seen anything that you guys wouldn't approve of so far. Where's this grungy anything goes Montreal I've heard so much about? It's all these little outdoor... I know. There's like a bunch of people sitting out here by a fountain with little umbrellas. Feels like you're in another country inside of another country. Well, I feel like downtown Montreal is very nice. It's very clean. We go straight. All right, we're coming up on the gay village of Montreal. They're playing Starship in the gay districts.
Oh, no, you can't go right.
This is another neighborhood near the city center. They call this the gay village because, well, it's gay. It's got a bunch of queer-owned businesses and bars. I read that 10% of Montreal is gay. Second gayest city in North America after San Francisco, which is 16% gay. I also read that 7% of people in Montreal were born in France. Lots of not armpit shavers here. And apparently lots of men who do shave them. Okay, so a lot of shops have rainbow stuff, rainbow flags. It's Gay Pride Month here, like it is back home. Hey Siri. How do you say gay in French?
In French, gay is gay.
Oh. So the famous Plateau Montreal neighborhood.
Make a U-turn.
So this is the other giant, huge neighborhood worth seeing in Montreal, which Google says is hip, trendy, and all the other things Google says. Okay, so this is kind of the, oh God, I'm in a bike lane. This is kind of the central hub of the Mount Royal Plateau neighborhood. And it's this very vibrant neighborhood where people are, sorry, people are not very nice, by the way, here, very snobby. So, and everybody's speaking French. This is really cool down here. I mean, it's just this huge area with shops and restaurants and bars, and everyone's just chilling. There you go. It goes for freaking, I don't even know, miles. A little bit? All right. All right. He's putting out his joint. He's using an old school roach clip. Dang, man, I haven't seen anybody do that in a long time. That's like a, you got your old school. He's got some needle nose pliers for his roach clip. And he's about to play some music. It's just feels very different. People can just smoke weed on the side of the road. Yeah, that guy back there said, I don't like Donald Trump, excuse my French, he's an asshole. But I like Barack Obama. What the hell? Morning in Montreal. Everybody's off to work, including me. I do have to say, Canada is very bikeable. Oh God. Right, we're riding in downtown on a bike, because that's what everybody does. We had to try it once. Biking in Montreal. And I'm glad I got the e-bike because I can show off this neighborhood. Here's another neighborhood in Montreal, and I'm gonna get hit. Oh God. All right, oh my gosh. We are in the park now. on the bike on a beautiful day in Montreal. Just have it clean. People just sitting there. No homeless people, no trash, no BS. Okay, we are on the bike on the way up. Hey, Kim. I think we're almost at the top of Mount Royal, Montreal.
We're not almost to the top. We just started.
I think we're almost at the top. Not a single problem. You could lay down here and take a nap and no one's gonna mess with you. No one's gonna take your stuff. No one's gonna pee on you. You're not gonna step on a needle. How parks should be.
Got outside.
On Friday, Toronto and Montreal ranked among the top 5 polluted cities in the world, according to global tracker IQ Air. Toronto and Ottawa also scored above 10 on Environment Canada's Air Quality Health Index, indicating a very high health risk.
By staying indoors, you can improve your health as long as you keep your windows closed, have a high quality filter in your furnace so that all that air is passing through that filter.
That's downtown. Shh, everybody's watching it. So this is the fancy arts district here. Quartier des Spectacles. I think I'm saying that wrong. It's kind of a seedy district of Montreal. There's supposed to be entertainment, shopping, arts. Just theater, I guess. I don't know. Does a pussy core, what is this, a strip club count as theater? Oh my gosh, it's a massage place. Okay, well, there's your entertainment. There you go. So that's some entertainment. So, but yeah, this is kind of, I like it. I like seedy. It's not boring. Where there's a lot of kind of riffraff around. There's some, this is the beginning of the homeless part. People say, Montreal's very open. It's less regulated than other parts of Canada. You can be yourself here. It's not materialistic. It's very liberal. They call it joie de vivre, meaning enjoyment of life. Be free. Be you. I guess I got that vibe. So if you come to Montreal, you probably don't want to come down this street unless you're looking for a massage. But it's still pretty nice when you get back into the neighborhoods. This is just, you can see, I mean, all this stuff up here, all these apartments and condos are all 600 grand. I've never seen this before. You can see it's blowing. It's some kind of a pollen. It looks like snow. It's just all bunched up on the sidewalks. It's coming in the car. One even landed in my taco one day. And it went in my wine. So we are underground, the skylight, there's a whole kind of a shopping, living area under the Montreal streets. It's called the RESO. I don't know what it stands for, it's French. But it's like a mall. There's apartments, condos. There's a subway entrance. It's really cool, it's really big. We're not gonna spend too much time in here because it's a nice day outside, but you can kind of get an idea on what it looks like. The underground city. Look, there's people that are living under here. Huh. Couche-tard. You couche-tard. I think that's what they call us when we order in English at the restaurants here.
People don't call it soup dumplings, so it's not like dim sum.
Montreal has a Chinatown. Can you get over as far over? Yeah, just a little Chinatown.
Et le samedi et dimanche de 10h à 17h. Pour communiquer avec la succursale ou pour réserver un produit.
We're trying to call a dispensary to see if they have stuff for research purposes, and everything's in French, so I don't know. We'll just go there. Okay, just for research, this is what you get for about $7 US. Pineapple OG. Two little bitty little joints. There you go. Just for research. I'm not going to do it. I'll probably just throw it away. What does that say? Well, it's a good thing I have Google Translate because it tells me what it says.
Old Port.
Old Port. What a beautiful summer day in Montreal. Oh my God. There's nothing like Montreal in the summer. And the most immersed you can get in the whole French thing is right here in Old Montreal. Oh, really? And then there's Old Montreal. This is the neighborhood we're in right now. This is the oldest part of Montreal. And this might be the cobblestoniest street I've ever seen out here. It's about 10:30 in the morning on a Friday, and there's people hanging out having coffee and their crepes, and all the tourists and all the people that work here. I don't know who's here, but there's a lot of people here in Old Montreal. This is the oldest neighborhood and one of pretty much the oldest cities in North America here. And you sure know it when you look at the architecture, all the infrastructure. Everything's very old and charming like it was 200 years ago. And they say that Montreal is the cultural capital of Canada. Out west, it's mountains, and then in the Midwest, it's cowboys and oil and tough macho stuff. And then there's Toronto, which is rich and banking. And then you have here in Montreal, which is home to art and history and food. The cultural capital of Canada right here. And look at that beautiful shot of Old Montreal on a Friday morning where everybody's getting their charming Montreal stuff done. Good job, Kim. Good shot. Old Montreal feels very European. Gas lamps, cobblestone streets, open-air cafes, street performers, carriages. And no, everybody won't give you the stink eye if you don't speak French. They were all very nice. This is where we spent most of our time when we were here. So this is where most of the rest of the video is going to be about.
Every time you go away, you take a piece of me.
This place is crazy. Just some big square downtown Old Montreal. Got all these. It's just too much to even film. Oh, you can pet the duck.
There's no duck.
What? Oh, it says pet a duck. Oh, they tricked me. Hey.
You have a special request, my friend?
Can you play the Star Spangled Banner?
Okay. Okay, just give me the first line.
Oh, say,
Oh, yeah.
can you sing?
I'm not sure that.
It's good.
You can do the Canada one, though.
That was good. Thank you. All right.
But I don't have the brush.
Where we're gonna eat. Little patio. Sabrosa. Look at that fashion. Dang! So cool and hip, Montreal. Tell you what, there was a lot of care taken in making these buildings 200 years ago. I mean, look at the detail. That's all concrete. I don't know how they did that back then. Back when they gave a shit when they made buildings. They do love Teslas in Montreal, or they used to, but they still drive them. They probably hate them. In fact, I know they hate them because look at this, what I shot earlier. Okay, there's Tesla Cybertruck. And Elon sucks. These people are so confused. Here's the new cobblestone brick street that they're putting in, because the old stuff just wasn't lasting. So they're all making it kind of newer and less ankle turny. The internet says Montreal has the best food in Canada. So we ate it. Of course we had to get a bagel. That's so French. They have a donut hole chain here called Mr. Puffs. So French. An entire restaurant that's just poutine. The whole place. They love their poutine here. And they're overt today. That means open. Shops going on here.
Your destination is on the right.
It is on the right. We're coming to Poutineville. Oh my gosh, Poutineville. And that looks not what I thought it was gonna look like. I thought it was gonna be this big, fancy, giant poutine thing. And it's just a little hole in the wall on the side of some little neighborhood. The French love their poutine. You get the classic poutine, extravagant poutine, gourmet poutine, jardiniere, I don't know what that means. I can smell the gravy out the window. Oh, I guess we don't even have to wait for them to open. I can already see inside. They got this all gated up. All right.
9 minutes.
9 minutes. We got 9 minutes to wait so we can show poutine. That's not poutine, that's poopy. All right. We're open, yay.
Enjoy your food.
Thank you. Ooh.
I can barely touch that.
You can leave.
Want me to leave it
Yeah.
here?
Oh, there's the poutine. A little mini poutine for $9 after tip. Okay, here's the shot of Nick eating. Hot poutine. It's basically just fries and gravy and cheese. I don't understand why this is such a big deal. It's good. Wolf and Workman was highly recommended, and here we go. That might be the best thing I've had this whole trip.
25 minutes by the locals.
We were here for the Stanley Cup Finals, which was a one Canadian team, the Edmonton Oilers, against our Florida Panthers. And everybody up here was so excited. Oh, it's 2-1. Oh, no. 2-1. Oh, these people are so sad. Look at them. Oh, they're sad. I think they're going to leave. They're crying. Oh, my God. Look at that guy. He's totally sad. Oh, man. Okay, we got a glass of wine. And some dessert thing. Oh my God. It's like we're in Paris, but it's not that snobby. So that's the St. Pierre pub. It's the only bar in Montreal owned by a Kiwi, and it's a rugby bar, apparently. The owner, Vaughn, wanted me to say that. And that's just water. That's not their finest tequila. And I learned that you can drink when you're 18 in Montreal. Huh.
Après l'appro, on peut prendre une barquette et tout fromage.
Well, Mappy, when did you learn French?
French people like us are so raffiné. That means we have sophistication. We're gonna buy a second home in Paris. And we're gonna sip wine all day. Oui, oui.
Look how clean this is. There is not any paper on the ground anywhere. Okay, maybe one piece. Maybe a little bit of pee. But it's clean. Oh, man. I'm a little buzzed up. These streets are very difficult to navigate. We got a little popped at St. Pierre Pub with the owner, Vaughn, who's awesome. Look at these streets, by the way. Some of them are very cobblestoney and unwalkable. I mean, every step's an adventure, especially when you're a little popped. Oh my gosh. Look how big that cafe is. Here it's fancy. Oh my God, this is a cafe. Oh, the most famous cafe in Montreal, inside of an old bank. Very unique. Doesn't really feel very European or charming, but it certainly is an experience like no other. And there's a line to get in here. Oh my God, oh my God. For accommodations in old Montreal, we stayed at the wonderful El Hotel. Okay, here, oh, look at that. What? Look at this, is right outside our room. Did they do that on purpose? Here at the El Hotel. Oh my God, there's like an... This is a really cool room. Thanks, El Hotel. I kind of like this hotel. Dang, I feel like I'm back home. Just when I went to bed on Friday night, the night before we left, I thought, what a wonderful place. And then this crap. Oh well, I guess nowhere can be perfect, I guess. Oh my gosh, look how different it looks before everybody's up. All right, it is about 6:30 in the morning on our final morning here in Montreal, and I found a little bistro cafe French place that was open, and it's the only thing open. You can see how it looks back there behind me. Nobody's up yet. I like it. It's nice and quiet. You can think. We like Montreal a lot. I think we both agree on that. It's a very unique place. It's wonderful. And in fact, this is our final day. This is our final morning in Canada. That's the end of the trip. We saw 4 major cities and a lot of stuff. And we like Canada a lot. I do have to say, it's one of my new favorite places. Folks are friendly. Everything's wonderful. And I'm actually going to be sad to see it in the rear view mirror, but that's just how it is. I'm gonna get my coffee here and be on with my day. All right, so I came up here to poke fun at Canadians, but also try to be objective, right? But I really couldn't find a lot wrong with the place. It got me thinking, what can we learn from these strange people? Maybe they have some things figured out more than we think. We're just about done on this video. Here's a epilogue. We got home, we drove from Montreal all the way to Baltimore and had to pull over, and we noticed right away, like, we're home. Look at how trash this is. This is a Sunday morning. Last night, all the people were out, and our first thought was, you don't see this in Canada. I mean, look at it. This place is just trashed. And it goes on for all the way down. I mean, it's Baltimore. You know what Baltimore looks like. But this is America. And why do we have this problem with the culture and the trash and just the way things are when our good friends of the North don't have this? What are they doing different? What are we doing wrong? Because we didn't see any of this for 2 weeks in Canada. And then as soon as you come back to the United States, it starts up again. And there you go. The end.